I sang in church. I didn't, but I never thought I was going to sing gospel music if I was going to do music.
You know, you look like
eventually.
somebody who has a good voice.
Yeah.
I could almost tell like you have a lot of, no homo, you're a handsome guy. Most handsome guys know how to sing.
People still say no homo in 2025. You're really from the 90s.
Bro, you see, people still call Ice Prince MI in 2025. You're really from...
Hello, it's a brand new episode of Tea With Tay pod. You know, say the tea no hot, then not be Tea With Tay pod. Guys, this season is going. This season is really going, you know. When I started episode 1, I'm just like, oh my God, we have like 25 more episodes to go. But we're like halfway in and I'm excited. Yeah. You know, I always bring the best guests. Like I take my time and I go into the lungu to find the niggas. Today I have a fantastic guest on my podcast. I can't believe I said fantastic. Sorry, guys. A fantastic guest on my podcast. He puts the legend in legendary. Everybody loves this particular musician, right? He's a singer-songwriter. Well, if you can guess, everybody loves Ice Prince. How fun, Baba?
I feel good, you know.
So nice of you to stop by, Mr.
Yes,
Panchak.
man. Tim, it sounds nice to finally be in your home, your environment, your space. I'm so happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, welcome. I've been looking forward to a conversation with you. I don't know why.
Me too. I've been looking forward to chilling out here, man. Like I watched one of my favorite episodes with you was with Frank Adoho. I learned so much from that episode. Shout out to Frank and shout out to all the other guests you've had, of course, you know, like some of us watch you for wisdom. You get me? Yeah.
Okay. I feel so proud of myself. This wisdom we're talking about.
No, there's so many things to learn from Tea with Tay,
right,
of course.
Right. What's special for you about Tea with Tay?
The type of people you bring, you can tell that there's already some sort of camaraderie between you guys. I heard you guys say that word on the Frank Adoho episode.
You really watched that.
And I'm like, why you guys tripped about the word? But I mean, just for real though, the camaraderie between you and your guest, you could tell that there's some sort of friendship there already. You could tell that, you know, they're not uptight with you. And I think that makes every episode a little bit more interesting and exciting to watch. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. Big up yourself.
Thank you. I feel like one of the things that I really enjoy is having people just relax and gist with me.
Yeah.
Normally, I'll be a procoso.
So some of your guys, the black say they will live here with you, safe, bro. I did surprised I can't beat these black heads for you. I think I'm going to be tough.
No, but I feel like with the guests, right, when you come, I'm already trying to make you feel comfortable. Normally, if you want to do a proco with person, you sit down, you engage them, you know. So I hope that you're as
comfortable. Yeah, I am. Anywhere that is cold and chilled, you know, ice is comfortable. So this is a very cold and chilled room, so it's perfect for ice.
Yeah. Okay, let's get into Ice Prince. You know, when we were growing up, you had like some of the biggest songs when I was...
I hope you know that I was growing up too then.
Oh, I didn't
You
realize.
can't tell me when you were growing up like I'm so old. You need to was growing up that
wait. That time, you know, so you be uncle that time. So,
how old are you?
I'm 28.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Damn, boy, I'm old, bro.
No, I don't think you're old.
I'm 37, bro.
Yeah, but I think you started early.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You started like in like early...
I started early. Yeah. My first single came out when I was like 22, I guess. That's Oleku. So yes, I would understand while you would say when you were growing up.
22?
Yeah.
That's really young. Please tell me how this career started for you. Like, if by 22 you already had like a hit single.
Yeah.
Yeah. That means you probably started earlier.
I started way earlier. In fact, bro, I was in the studio for 11 years. Before that song came. I started making music in 1999.
Sorry, let's dial it back a bit. If your first hit single came out at 22, that means...
That was 2010.
You're already a studio at like 11, 12?
Yeah.
So if your first hit single came out at 22, that means you're already...
in the studio for a while. Yes, I was. I was in the studio from 1999. That was the age that I lost my dad. And, you know, studio was one of my place of solace. And I learned how to become a musician from that age, you know. And yeah, I've always been in the studio from 1999 until 2010 when my first single came out. And between those years, obviously, like I had different groups I was a part of, different organizations I was a part of. Like I was a part of my church choir.
Mm-hmm.
We got to record, on MI's mom's album.
MI's mom
MI's mom,
was a
yeah.
singer.
Yeah, is an amazing singer, amazing gospel singer. And I was like a backup in the choir on that album. We got to do a lot of stuff, you know what I mean? We started a program in Jaws called what's that program called again? Jam Sessions. And this is something that MI started.
Yeah,
and I was always a part of that. So all those years I was just grooming myself, really.
Okay, let's take it back. We do background checks here because the audience loves it. Like
Feel free.
So you lose your dad at 11 or 12?
Yes, 11.
Yeah, and before then, like, what was your family like? How did you grow up?
I would say I wasn't born poor, and I wasn't born stupidly rich, but
so middle class.
Yes, like a little bit on the higher side of the middle class. My dad was a senior police officer in Plateau State. In fact, my dad was responsible for signing all the police salaries in Plateau State. It was called a paymaster. So as a kid, I saw a lot of wealth.
Mm-hmm.
I was taken to school in sirens and stuff like that.
Right.
But when my dad passed away in 1999, it was almost like a whole 360. Well, let me say maybe 180, because it wasn't like life became extremely terrible or whatever, but things were not as the same as they were when he was alive.
But you had your mom and
I had my mom,
and the rest
yeah.
of your family.
I had my mom, and my mom had to, struggle to make things work. And like after I lost my dad, okay, because my mom was married to a guy who was kind of like well-to-do, she was also well-to-do, so she had some money to be able to set up stuff. She built like a little estate. Like we had tenants that were paying rent or whatever. So I became a landlord at a very, very tender age.
That's a flex.
And stuff like that. To God be the glory. But so that was able to kind of like sustain me and my sisters.
Right.
I'm an only son as well.
Right.
So yeah. But yeah, God was there.
Mm-hmm. So how did you fast forward? So you guys had like a church background. How did you meet MI?
From church.
Right.
His father.
So you guys were never related?
No, not at all. Not by blood, but we're related by almost every other thing. Like I literally spent a lot of time in MI's house. I could say I grew up in their house at some point.
Would you say you guys were family friends, sort of?
Yeah, family friends. Even way more than that. You know what I mean? Their father is like my father. I lived in their house for a certain period of time.
Right.
Their father was my pastor, in my church, and was the head pastor in my church, and that was how
pastor.
Yeah, the head pastor. You didn't know Abaga? Abaga is a very special man of God. Why do you think MI talks like that, or Jesse? Why do you think he writes the way he writes?
Right.
Yeah, man, everything's from church. Pastor Abaga. Excuse me. And yeah, so church brought us together. At one point, Jesse used to be the drummer for the choir. I was in the choir. MI was, kind of like leading the choir. So that church brought us together. It's called Benue Plateau Church.
Right.
A very special church. So many very smart, intelligent, well-brought up people came from that church.
Right.
But yeah, that church brought us together. And literally, the house I grew up is a stone throw away from the house MI and Jesse were born. So we've known each other from that long.
Yeah. Oh, amazing.
Yeah, man. So that's pretty much. I started my music. Not exactly with them. I started my music from like early in like secondary school, like miming Tupac songs, JT
So you were
Money.
always a rapper, not a singer in church. Were you?
I was a rapper first. I was a rapper first. I started learning, vocalization. Is that even a word? But I started learning how to train my vocals in church.
Right.
But
to
as for
sing
rapping,
or to rap?
To sing, yeah.
You could sing.
Yeah, you don't need to train your voice too much to rap. Rap is just like chanting.
Right.
But with singing, there's a whole lot of Octavian movements that you need to,
What parts were you singing in church?
I was singing tenor.
Right.
Which is like, the best part.
That's the boys' part. I don't know why.
Tenor is always at the third row.
You know what's so funny is like, I always wonder when when the boys join the choir, you don't even audition them if you're a soprano or
So I mean,
just go to tenor.
well, pretty much, I guess.
Right.
That just sounds more guyish, I guess. But yeah, that was what I was singing, and I still sing tenor a lot. A lot of my songs are written in like tenor form and stuff like that. Yeah.
Did you enjoy it at the time? What was it for? Was it like an escape for you as a child?
Man, yeah, it was. That part of my life I'm talking about right now is probably the best part of my life ever because, like I said, that church is rather a very, very special church. A lot of special families, a lot of, again, very intelligent people, very smart people that I wanted to associate with. At the time, we had retreats every now and then, like the teens retreats, for example, the hikings, the prayers on the mountains, you know what I mean? I grew up in Jos, and if you know how Jos is, with the rocks and all the mountains and stuff like that, there's a lot of hiking events that we do with church services that it made us, I don't know the word to describe it, man. I'm getting emotional thinking about this church, but this church literally formed who I am today.
So I'm curious about what church was back in Jos. Like, was there heavy spirituality? I know that the North is predominantly Muslim, but there's also a strong presence, like there's a strong Christian presence, especially in Plateau states, right?
Yeah.
I want to know what the spirit, were they like, I can't say passive Christians. Were they like heavily into the church thing? Were you also very interested in church?
No, I'll tell you what.
It was just community for you.
Plateau State, which is a misconception that a lot of people have.
Right.
Plateau State is predominantly Christians. I'll probably even tell you maybe 95%, if not 97% Christians.
Forgive my assumption.
For real, it's not just you, it's everybody from Nigeria. They just think once we mention Jos is Hausa or whatever they put it. There's no Hausa tribe in Jos. My tribe is called Angas. And there's other tribes like Birom, like Tarok. There's so many other tribes. There's no Hausa tribe in Jos. Do you get what I'm saying? Even though, yes, we know how to speak Hausa, we're close to the north. So, they're our neighbors and we're able to relate with them easily and, But Jos is a Christian state. Like, it's a predominantly Christian place. There's so many churches in Jos. Yeah. You know that I always say this argument. I feel like there's more missionaries in Jos than anywhere else in Nigeria.
Because a lot of people that have come from Jos, like powerful worship musicians, ministers.
Yeah.
I'm like, why do you get so? I used to assume Ching Talk.
Yeah, man.
A couple
Jeremiah
of them.
Gang.
I'm just like,
Yeah. Jos is a very special place, man.
That's what I used to assume, right?
Yeah.
And I look so dumb even saying it, right? I thought it was predominantly Muslim, and that the people that actually came out from there as Christians were so Christian that God had to make them blow. That the songs were so powerful. Like when you're like, there's all the Boko Haram, there's Muslim, there's tension between both religions, right? But you're sticking to your religion and God is inspiring you with great songs, you know.
I mean, you're not the only person who thinks like that. A lot of Nigerians think like that, and especially for somebody like me, because I made the song called Aboki, everywhere I'm just
you
seen,
let us there.
You know what I mean? I'm just seen to be a full-on
Aboki,
you know what I mean? But no, really, I was born and raised in church. I'm a Christian. I don't have any relative that is a Muslim or Hausa. I promise you. I don't have any, not even a distant relative that is like Hausa or Muslim.
I assume a lot, but I didn't know the extent that I assumed. I really assumed that maybe Emma was Christian and you maybe were Muslim.
Nah, at all, man. We're all Christians.
Okay.
People from, just like Benue State, it's predominantly Christian.
Yeah, I know about Benue.
Benue Plateau used to be the same state.
Right.
Yeah, it used to be Benue Plateau before they separated them. It's when you start going into like Bauchi, Kaduna, Kano, that's when you start going into like real Hausa Muslim territories. But from Jos, and Jos is like the real middle of Nigeria, you know?
Right. So growing in church and that community, I would assume that you were going to do gospel music.
I did.
You did?
I did. I still do. Definitely, I do. My music is gospel.
Heard them.
My music is gospel. In a way. Let
Tell
me put it
about
this
the
way.
biggest gospel song that you have.
The biggest gospel song that I have. I know you probably wouldn't know them because okay, this is how I do it. Usually on every album that I put out, I have a gospel song at the end of the album. So maybe you're the type that doesn't listen to the albums to the end.
Oh, you want to call me out now?
No, it's
this
the
is your hot
truth.
seat.
Because if you know Oleku, if you've listened to the Oleku album, then you will know that at the end is a gospel song.
Well done.
No, but for real though, with every album that I put out, I always try to give God praise,
right.
On one song or not. But also, apart from the fact that maybe you could call my music circular or whatever,
right.
But I'm also very conscious with what I write, how I write it.
It's not vulgar.
Yeah, I'm not saying I'm holy or I'm trying to be a saint or I'm trying to be decent or whatever, but I'm just a little bit cautious of what I use my tongue to say, basically.
Yeah. So tell me about your first gospel single.
Gospel single, get.
So you said your first song was gospel now?
No, not my first song, but my first gospel attempt would be on MI's mom's album. Like I said, when I was singing tenor in her choir, that would be my first attempt at like making gospel music.
Mm-hmm.
But beyond her music, even for us as a group, and I mean like Loopy Records, which is like MI, Jesse Jaggs, Ruby, myself, Lindsay, a bunch of us that grew up there, we made a lot of church music or music that we could perform in church. So even if it was rap, we were actually also rapping in church. So I've always had God in me and in my music somehow, some way.
I love that.
Yeah.
So when did the decision to become a rapper?
Wait, I thought you were going to say, what is the decision to be a bad boy?
So you know the thing about church. Church has produced a lot of secular musicians.
Yeah.
I feel like church is the grooming space for musicians.
Yeah,
There's still many musicians.
The best grooming
place. Best space, right? I sang in church. But I never thought I was going to sing gospel music if I was going to do music.
You look like somebody who has a good voice.
Yeah.
I could almost tell like you have a lot of, no homo, you're a handsome guy. Mm-hmm. Most handsome guys know how to sing.
People still say no homo in 2025. You're really from the 90s.
Bro, you see, people still call Ice Prince MI in 2025. You're really from... That was my comeback.
No, that comeback was too much for me.
You can't cut it there. You have to cheat.
Okay, let's leave it.
But you can leave it. It's fine. I'm so used to it. People call me MI at the airport all the time.
Like, I was about to say something about MI.
Okay.
And
I got you.
Fuck. Okay, so guys, we have to find a way to make me look good and make him look bad.
No, that's my dog, man.
We have to get the Gen Zs to know that people are still saying no homo in 2025. Anyway.
But hold on, wait, pause. Because I actually feel so old right now.
Yeah.
And I actually just thought to myself, when last did you hear anybody say that?
We don't do that anymore.
I'm sorry. I want to apologize.
It was from a different time.
To all the millennials that I'm disappointed and disrespected. I'm following your hand right now. Yeah. But yeah.
No, we forgive you.
So what do you guys say?
We just say you look good, bro. Bye. And keep it moving.
I feel like it's so, I don't want to use the word gay, but it's like so it's too straightforward for me to tell another man he's handsome, bro.
Then this is not a problem.
How?
Because if you do have any issues, you tell them, like, you look good and you keep it moving.
Yeah, but sometimes if you tell somebody he looks good, he might be thinking some other way. He might be thinking, is this guy checking me out? So I want to let you know that I'm not checking you out. I'm just being honest.
Okay, disclaimer.
I don't know if
Ice Prince was not checking me out, so no homo.
I know these days people do their judge. People do their judge. Now they go to say, Ice Prince can't go TV show, can't go to check him out to I beg,
Okay, let's move on.
But like I was saying, people who look like you usually have a good singing voice. Yeah. A lot of guys that I know that are like handsome sing amazingly. Handsome guys have good singing voice.
I think so.
I really think so. A lot of the ones that I know.
How many musicians are really handsome and with good voice?
How many musicians? That one I never really think of. I never really think about the guys. But I mean, come on, we got Banky W.
Banky's a real exception.
All of them now. She not Usher. She not Whiskey. She not. They plenty now. All the boys we find, I be sing now. Check out now. all the handsome
Okay,
guys.
so ugly boy? What should ugly boys do?
Rap. If you're ugly, great balls. Rap.
Even for you, that's
Of
so
course
low.
now. I don't see my head.
Yeah.
Rap. Oh.
So wait, are you trying to say, oh, you're not too fine, but that's why you took rap?
I mean, you know now. Yes, now.
Wow.
Normally now.
Anyway,
rap that for street OT.
No. Let's move on from that. Okay, let's talk about actually you guys forming the band, right?
Yeah.
Like I feel like it was so smart of you guys at the time.
Yeah.
To come together and put resources to say, you know what, we're gonna do this. Was there a clear vision that we're all going to be rappers, we're all going to take the world by storm? Like, what was the vision for that
us,
group at the time?
Yeah. The vision, yes, was to rap in such an impeccable way that the skill cannot be, looked down on as local rap or Nigerian rap,
right?
Because again, we come from a city, like if you know this, like Jos is a very, very hip hop oriented city. There's a lot of amazing, great rappers from Jos. So we always wanted to make the sort of raps that could be compared to maybe quote unquote American rap, even though we were not trying to be American rappers.
Yeah.
But we just didn't want to be compared less from them. You know what I mean? So people for me, for example, I spent a lot of time on literature. So when I'm saying certain things, when I'm using my poetic license on my music, I'm not just talking out my butt. Like, I actually know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And I just happen to be surrounded by, like, for example, people like MI and Jesse Jags. Like MI, for example, I don't think I know anybody that's smarter than that guy.
Yeah.
Like MI literally knows something about almost any topic.
Yeah.
So I learned a lot from him. We learned a lot from each other. And
do you know
a lot of us
I tell people that if you're not brilliant, you should not be a rapper.
I mean,
because it's literally you being a wordsmith. Like,
it's a very
you have to have a lot of vocabulary in your head.
Yes.
To be able to make things make sense.
Yes.
On that scale.
I mean,
I find that a lot of Nigerian rappers are not as smart. No shade.
Which kind of talk with this one now?
No, see, not you had the talk to.
Hey, voila.
Nigerian rapper plenty now. Hey.
I'm saying you find a lot of Nigerian rappers to not be smart. So what do you find Dubai rappers or Saudi Arabian rappers? Those ones are smart.
Don't put me on the spot. This is just a conversation. Okay. When I say smart, I'm saying that things that they would say lyrically, I'm just like
on their music.
Yeah.
Oh no, but no, I don't think you could use their music to judge them.
No, I'm saying they would deliver me hits.
Yes. But
if I talk about it lyrically, like I'm just like, this doesn't make sense here.
Well, you see,
I said rap has also changed. Maybe the rules for rap has changed because that time rap used to make you think.
Yes. Well, there's still rappers that make you think. Like you listen to SDC music, there's a lot of conscious thoughts into it.
Who's SDC music?
Show Them Camp. SDC, you don't know SDC? If you listen to Show Them Camp.
I know Show Them Camp, I don't know SDC now.
SDC is Show Them Camp.
Okay, sorry.
See who they call me, say
the acronym.
I'm going to be Jay-Z, you don't know SDC.
Oh my goodness.
That one for you.
It's about to kill me on this show.
No, but
they're coming for my neck.
No, but SDC is still keeping it very, very cerebral. Ladipo is still going. I love Ladipo. Files is still dropping a lot of knowledge, and for even the people that people think they dumb it down in terms of lyrics, sometimes you have to look at the environment where you come from and understand the kind of crowd, what they want to hear. You know what I mean? If you're making music for somebody in Alaba markets, for example, I'm not trying to disparage those ones there or look down on them or whatever, but that kind of person that's selling something in the heat of Lagos every day probably doesn't want to listen to anything conscious, you know what I mean? Probably just needs a beat that will make a move or a slang that they can laugh at and get by with their day, So I think Nigerian rappers also consider that when they make their music, which is very good, you know what I mean?
Did you have to consider that to find a balance?
Yes, I had to. I'm not even going to lie to you. Yes, I had to. And I am also one of those people that had to teach my brothers that, we need to make our music this way, you know what I mean? Because before we came to Lagos or before we even came on the limelight, our music was very, 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 what's the word now? Like, I don't want to use the word purist, but our music was very, intellectual is not even the word because that just sounds, what is that? That doesn't make sense, right?
Mm-hmm.
We say a lot of grammar, let me put it that way.
Yeah.
A lot of literature in our music, but we had to not dumb it down, but we had to learn
To find the balance.
to find a balance and to
Yeah.
make Nigerian music. And I started writing songs that could fit Nigerian music, not just for myself, even for my brothers, you know, for my brothers too. And, you know, we had to just kind of like adjust in a way.
So coming to Lagos, you guys had to move from Jos to Lagos to find the career, or did the career happen to you in Jos and you guys?
In Jos, yeah, we had a career in Jos. I was number one on radio before I came to Lagos as a Jos artist, as a J-Town artist. Yes, I was.
Were you called Ice Prince back then?
Yes, I was. I was called Ice Prince back then. I'm talking about like
1995.
Blind, you want to
because this was not called 1990. Okay,
what's even the name of that film about apes again? So is it
Planet of Apes?
Nah. Oh, if I remember, I'll tell you. But
okay, sorry.
I'm not that old, bro.
I know,
I'm quite young.
I'm just joking.
Do I look old?
No, they want you now.
Okay,
sorry.
So yeah, what are they talking about again, Seth?
Yeah, you were already popping in Jos.
Yeah, I did. I was popping in Jos. I had a few records that were big. You know, I was doing shows already in Jos, but obviously you can't compare that money with the kind of money we made in Lagos, or even the fame. You can't compare that sort of fame with the kind of fame in Lagos.
Were family members in support, like especially because you came from that background?
I would say 1000% yes. My mom was in support. My family was in support. But if my dad was alive when I started doing music, I don't think he would have let me do it. Yeah, I honestly don't think he would have let me do it. But at the time I started, he was not here anymore.
Yeah.
So my mom supported though, 1,000. My mom paid for my first studio session ever. May her soul rest in peace as well. But yeah, she was there from the beginning. Yeah.
So it never interfered with school because you were really young when you started.
Yes, I was really young when I started. It didn't interfere with school at all. I was still doing very well in school, and the only thing is that I didn't get a chance to go to university.
Right.
So I didn't graduate from university. So while a lot of my peers were in university, I was literally in studio. And yeah, I was in studio because that was the only way out. And you know why I didn't go to university, Timmy? Let me tell you what's crazy.
I want to feel like a Nigerian
because
mom
of now. I didn't go to university because of 20,000 naira. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like,
what had happened at the time?
Okay, so I had like a 2-week window. We had like a 2-week window to make some payment for some registration or whatever. They had admitted me to study Zology in University of Jos. But my mom couldn't raise that money in 2 weeks.
To study what?
Zoology, bro. And thank God. Thank God.
You meant Nigeria with zoology?
Zoology,
oh my goodness. God is a good guy.
I swear to God, bro. They gave me zoology.
Wait, why did they give you? What did you opt for?
I don't know. I wanted to study pharmacy.
Of course.
I can't even remember my cutoff mark in JAM, but man,
you were focused in the studio.
They looked at me and just said, "I beg you, take this guy to the zoo."
Wow.
And guess what? I had 2 weeks to pay for something, and my mom couldn't come up with that money for those 2 weeks. That's how I lost out on that admission at the time. And the only place for me to...
Was it tough at the time when you
it was. Yeah, it was. Yeah. It was kind of tough for my mom. At some point, my mom lost so much, after a couple of years, she struggled before she passed away. But yeah, because I couldn't afford that, I just ended up in studio with my brothers, Emma and Jesse, and to go up to the glory.
Was there any plan to go back or just say, this music thing, I'm going to give it my all?
Yeah, at the time, there was no plan to go back. I was going to do this music fully. But now I intend to go back, though. Like, I intend to go back to school at some point. I'm hoping that when I'm 45, but yeah, let's see.
My granny calls it evening school.
But you know, you guys got evening classes with the sweets. You guys got evening classes with the sweets.
Right? We had some very mature people in school. You know, this was they've seen life. And in my head, I'm like, it's so cute to actually see you guys come back, struggle with us.
I mean, I intend to. I intend to. I really want to. I dream of going back to school at some point. And you know what I do these days? I started like this year actually. So I have a son. He's 13. He's in year 2 right now in school. So what I started doing, I started reading his year 1 textbooks. And I literally just finished agricultural science. And bro, you wouldn't even imagine how many things like I've forgotten about. I started learning again about loamy soil, about crop rotation.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, bro.
Amazing.
You know, like I'm very intrigued about learning. I really want to learn more. And speaking about that, let me tell you this, which I intended to come and say on your podcast. This is a message to Nigerian education minister. Like I told you, I'm currently reading my son's year 1 agricultural textbook.
Right.
There's so many errors in those textbooks.
Eh?
I'm telling you the truth.
Like what?
Like it's a lot. Like typographical errors.
Right.
Like
even the ideas.
Some ideas are you can tell that this is a clear error.
And they're not updating
Pictures,
them. Yeah.
I don't understand. I'm 37 years old. You can't remember the last time I was in JS1. But like I said, I just started reading their textbooks and I'm seeing so many errors in it. Like so many. Whoever is in, I beg you, I'm not gonna check this thing. Me, I don't already tell myself, say, the next PTA meeting, I carry that book, go my picking school, go ask them, say, what it be the meaning of this? What it be the meaning of this? What it be the meaning of this?
Those books are approved by the board, as
exactly.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm telling you, the typo error is crazy. So if young kids are reading those, I'm scared. I'm so scared. But worried. Anyway, I thought about this today because I read every morning and I noticed another background this morning. So I was like, you know what? When I go on that podcast, I'm going to talk about it.
Every morning you wake up and you pick just one textbook and just read.
Yeah, I read for an hour every morning, not just one textbooks, other self-help, just different stuff.
That's really good. You're really ready to go back to school.
Of course.
When you're ready to...
But I've always been a reader.
I will sign the form for you.
No, I've always been a reader. But I intend to go to school. Like, I know that there's so much that I've forgotten. There's so much that I need to learn
But this is what I think about school and education generally, right? And I would say that education is not just in the four walls of an institution, right? Going to school is great, but I feel like most of the education I've gotten were from people... watching things, reading self-help books.
Like I was saying, for example, sorry to cut you short, the things with Emma don't teach me for this life. You know, get to university if you teach me.
I'm big on mentorship, right? Yeah. I'm big on shadowing somebody who has gone ahead because you are learning in real time.
Fact.
You know, so if as opposed to going to music school which would be great, but if I start with you for 2 years and just soaking up everything you have, both the one with the no teach for there.
True.
Like life experiences will influence. And there's a lot of people who didn't go to school who are heading like amazing businesses.
Yeah.
I think that for me, and I'm not saying that don't go to school. For me, the cocoa is that you should just know how to speak well and read books and read everything.
Yeah, and know the basics of life.
Yeah.
Like know the basics of life and be disciplined enough to follow through with them.
Yeah.
And when I say the basics of life, an example of a guideline to basics that you need to follow is something as simple as the 10 Commandments in the Bible.
Right.
Do you understand what I'm saying to you? As something as little, it's not even little, but something like that you probably don't even think about all the time. Bro, just know the 10 Commandments of the Bible and you will live perfect in society. I don't know the 10 Commandments.
You don't know.
I don't know. I know say thou shalt not kill, shall not steal, shall not kiniko.
Out of this podcast. You know the 10 Commandments?
I know like 3 or 4 now.
No, you just say you sing for choir. So which situation is it?
Bro, you know when last I go church? I sing for choir, I don't mean say I be pastor now. You know
so like, do you read your Bible as much?
I not as much as I read other books. No, not as much. But guess what? I have my Bible like right by the drawer next to my bed.
Of course we all have it.
And guess what? This Bible was bought. No, not everybody does. Not everybody has that.
Look at the way he's defending.
No, it's true. It's true.
Catch you
because whether that Bible or Quran, I believe say whatever spirituality where you believe in, make you get some next to you, especially for nights when you sleep. Because I don't gonna lie to you, you don't make me talk too much. Like,
no.
You see why they warn me about podcast?
Land. So you go put the Bible beside yourself for night, so that in case they come meet you.
No, for real. No, I'm serious for real.
So tell me why you have it beside you, especially at night.
No, I have it beside me all the time anyway.
Right.
So it's not like in the morning I move it somewhere else and bring it back at night. No.
No.
But
why do you have it beside you?
because I believe in the power that it carries.
You believe that
in the power.
It's being beside you gives you some power.
No, it doesn't give me, but it holds a lot of power. You don't know.
No,
Mosquito. Listen,
it does not.
Mosquito really come near me because of my Bible.
Bible will really chop you when both you and the word. Let me tell you.
I'm gonna tell you. Maybe you don't know the camera.
It's so crazy when the Christians say this that you have to have the Bible. Hold time, wait. Bad bitches they go. When they say they stone ground, the Bible they beside them.
That one
you don't strike them.
That one a book.
No,
that one a magazine.
The Bible says actually, this word of God shall not depart from your heart.
Of course.
So if wish come press you for night and you hold the Bible, it go press you and that Bible
I don't
because you don't know the
I
words.
don't go lie you. First of all, wish don't you look at you press me. This wish pressing, I never ever experienced that before. But me, I believe
that's an example, right?
Yeah. No, I believe that with your Bible next to you all the time, not just when you sleep. Like I said, it's not like you're going to wake up in the morning and move it somewhere else. But with your Bible next to you, it keeps you closer to God.
No.
Yeah, it does.
No.
It does. Even if it does. No, see, Baba, you know why? You know why? Anything with your eye, it's called top of the mind awareness, for example. Anything with your eye constantly, your mind.
No, but you're not reading it. You're not taking it in. So the same Bible says, be ye transformed through the renewing of your mind. How do you renew your mind? Hearing constantly the word of God.
Like I said to you,
not looking at the color of the KJV every day.
No, it's not a color.
Or the NIV.
But you know, it's maybe not based on belief. Maybe it's based on belief.
Oh, so this has been your belief for a long time.
Yeah, I believe 1000% that with the Holy Book next to me all the time, God is there. I
release you in the name of Jesus today. This is the last time. This is the last time you will speak of this. You will go back today reading the words.
Oh my
Let's move on.
No, I read it.
No,
I do.
Not with this conversation you just had.
I didn't read that.
You don't tell me.
Why is it next to my bed if I don't read it? I read it. I'm just saying I'm not as much as I read literature or or other books. But I do read it.
I'm just happy that
especially when I miss my son, because the Bible in my room was actually bought for me by my son.
Bless him.
So when I read that, that book is special to me. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Right.
Yeah.
I just feel good at this part of this conversation. I'm winning on this side.
I feel like I'm winning.
No.
You try.
Okay. So where were we? The educational system here, and the reading. So I think that the internet will raise this generation, if I'm being honest, and I think that there's so much access to information online with our kids. I hope that the parents can help the kids focus on the right information, because there's so much going on, right?
Yeah.
But if the ministries can come up with ways to also teach online, to send out information that people can consume online, that makes sense. Because even those textbooks, how many of them really read textbooks?
You see, I'm going to disagree with you there.
Right.
I'm still a very traditional studier.
Me, I'm a hard copy holding.
I like
book
writing.
Holding.
You know what I mean? I think that process is quite important.
Right.
I don't believe in the easy way out to nothing at all. Not just even reading. I don't believe in the easy way out at all. So to me, I feel like the internet is a very easy way out. I still believe in libraries, even though I can't remember the last time I went to a library, but I still believe in
like a physical library.
Those sort of institutions. I don't think reading off the internet, like I can never understand the Bible on the internet. I can never ever understand what that book is saying. But maybe it's just me. Right. Maybe some people assimilate better on those sort of platforms. Maybe it's a thing of preference actually. So for me personally, I'd rather do it the traditional way. If I need to jot down something, I'd rather write it down.
Okay.
Even like with rapping, it took me a long time to be able to learn how to write raps on phone. You know what I mean? I still have like books of like lyrical books in my house, just like the old school way. Yeah. So I'm used to like the traditional way of doing things.
What do you do with those books?
I keep them so they're stuck. They're placed
archive,
on
yeah.
the shelf where all my other books are.
Right.
So they just look like other books. They just look like you know what I
Yeah.
mean. So and they're off my sons, my children when they grow up,
Yeah.
and they're going through my shelf of books.
Right.
Daddy's books just happen to be one of them. You know what
Do
I
you
mean?
think that you can do like an exhibition for like really interested fans?
I
Because
think that sounds very amazing.
yeah, you're welcome.
That sounds very, very
So
amazing.
I feel like there are core fans that you have who
Yeah.
there can be an Ice Prince Day where they come and experience this.
That sounds so
You're
amazing.
welcome, Mr. Ice Prince.
My record label is here. I'm sure
You
he's taking
guys,
notes.
I need a percentage from the sales on that
Chocolate
day.
City, I hope you're taking notes.
Because I feel like
But anyway, like, you're very, very right about that. And I have my books, I have my lyric books from like my first album, 2010, all the way till now.
Yeah.
I still have like all my albums.
Amazing. Let's dial it back. Let's come back to the music itself, right? 22 or 21 going on 22. You've moved to Lagos.
Yeah.
You guys are doing amazing work. Did you see yourself coming out with a hit like Oleku? Before Oleku, were you guys already in the Lagos system and getting popular already, or Oleku was it for you?
Before Oleku, most definitely I believed in myself. I knew I had the skill. I knew I could rap. In fact, like I said, before I came to Lagos, I used to win like rap battles in Jos. I had won some money from winning lyrical battles and stuff like that. So I knew I was a lyricist and I believed in myself. And when we came to Lagos, I came on a good note already because I came when my brother had just blown up as MI, you know, and I came in as MI's hype man. So I was his hype man throughout the beginning of his career, you know what I mean? And even through that, I got the chance to, you know, travel around the world. I followed MI to like the UK, to like Kenya, to a few countries, you know, just be his hype man. And yeah, in 2000, like 2 or 3 years later, okay, so at first, Chocolate City signed MI first, and then they signed Jesse Jaggs next. And I honestly didn't think I was going to get that chance as well because, you know, I didn't think it was going to look like, all these brothers together on the same record label. But the song Oleku came and it was undeniable. So, you know, they signed me.
So, just can you tell me about how Oleku came? Like, tell me about the moment in the studio when you're like, this is a song I'm going to sing. The choice to even feature Brimo.
Yeah.
You guys were pretty young back then. Like,
yeah,
you know.
we were quite, of course, we're young, man. The original song was produced by SARS. Like, the original beat was SARS, the producer. That was like one of my closest producers at the time. Yeah, SARS.
SARS back then?
Of course.
SARS don't tell.
SARS used to produce for NATO C back then. Like SARS is like major. Yeah. SARS used to produce for like Jobless.
You see SARS, they come on our gyms when they give us the young boy
SARS
vibe.
SARS don't like me too. SARS like you.
Forgive me, SARS.
SARS like produced Joe for Jobless. Like SARS has been in the game for a while. So he used to be like my guy. We used to like make music together a lot. He gave me this beat and the first part of the hook that I had was "She feeling the boy," that part, right? And then I wanted Yoruba in the song. And at the time, the biggest song in the country was a song by J1 and I think KSB. It goes, Mo Shiri bog 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 bog. I don't know if you know that song. That was the biggest song in the country at the time. And yo, that was like one of my favorite songs. And I wanted to do something that had that exact bok 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 bok. I don't even know what it means. You know, I don't speak Yoruba that well. Right. So obviously I called him Brimo. And we bounced the ideas off together. No, before I called Brimo, so I was writing the song to the SARS beats. Then Jesse Jaggs walks into the studio, sees me writing the song, and Jesse immediately caught the vibe. Like, he was very excited about it. And the crazy part was when he came into the studio and saw me, he was on his way to the airport to go on a trip to Abuja. And he really do it like real quick, 30 minutes, bang, 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 bang. Jesse laid the beat to what you hear right now. And yeah, Boom, Bramo came in no time. I gave him the idea that I wanted. He delivered it exactly how I wanted it.
So it wasn't called Oleku. It was
from the start.
Was it the Yoruba? Oleku is Yoruba now.
Yeah, it means strong. It means to be hard, and that was exactly what I wanted to say.
So he just came and said it.
Yeah, and Bramo at the time, Bramo was already kind of like always around the Chalk Boys. Like he already started this relationship that with MI. He was already on Jesse's album, so it was easy for me to sit down with him. It was easy for us to share this idea, and it was easy for. In fact, like I said, I always give credit for Oleku to this. I'm sorry, but I so hard for me to remember the name of this song. But I always say that song inspired Oleku, for real. So big up to J1, KSB. That record inspired Oleku, and yeah.
Tell me about the moment you realized that Oleku had become a hit. That you have entered stardom.
When I realized was when the remixes started coming. Yeah, like it's one of the most remixed African songs ever. You can Google that for yourself and you see. But it was when the remixes started coming, like immediately, like it was remixes from everywhere. Like one of the first remix I heard was Sakode, R2B's, Vector, Young Six. The remixes were coming from everywhere. And thank God those remixes did so well for the song because it made everybody listen to the original song. And those remixes actually put a spotlight on a lot of the artists that did remixes to them. I remember Young Six got signed to Storm Records off the remix to that song. Do you get what I'm saying? So, I mean, it changed my life, changed a lot of other people's lives. And
so I feel like the music landscape was very different there. Please, can you help me juxtapose the music then and the landscape and what it is now?
That's not different. Nothing changed. The only thing that's changed is the stages that we're on now.
Really?
Yeah, the stages.
The same systems, the same.
Obviously, maybe not the same.
The people are changing.
It's not the same systematically because obviously back then we used to put our music through Alaba. You know what I mean? Now there's no Alaba no more.
So when Oleku came out, you took the CD to Alaba to sell it to somebody.
Yeah, Alaba was the marketing place. Abu Ventures, I can never forget.
Oh, I knew that Abu Ventures.
Abu Ventures was the one that used to distribute for me back then. So that was like my Spotify.
Wait, so can you break it down for me for Gen Zs?
Yeah.
You know.
Please, I'll be Gen Z too. I don't like how they push me come up for this group.
Okay, bro. Okay. So tell me what distribution was back then, because now you have a song, you can get it just through to just take it.
Yeah.
You guys share profit.
Well, it's still the same, pretty much the same in the sense that I didn't have to do it myself.
No.
I had Chocolate City to do that for me. Like I said, I was signed from when my first song caught fire, right?
Right.
So I had Chocolate City to do those negotiations for me. And the good thing about Chocolate City is that we came up as like a family beyond just business. And I'm so happy that I still have the same relationship with Chocolate City till today. Like me and Aldu Mekori or Paul Okugo, we still have the same sort of relationship that we've always had from the very beginning. And yeah, that's how I've always trusted them with my career, with my music. So whatever they negotiated or whatever they gave to me, I never complained.
I believe that you guys had a fantastic relationship because, I and all of you guys still in touch and you guys still talk about it.
Yeah, and let me tell you something that they don't give me credit for. I'm going to give myself this credit here. I am one of the only artists probably in the world that left his record label with no drama.
You're the only one.
Probably. Who else do you know?
So what other drama were you expecting before?
No, I'm just saying, like, there's a stereotype of once an artist leaves a label, there's a fight.
Okay, so what you're trying to say now is that of the three of you, there was drama with the other two and you didn't have any drama?
Pretty much there was drama with everybody. Jesse left with drama, Bramo left with drama. Well, MI didn't live with drama, of course, right. But my other brothers had drama with Chocolate City. I never did.
Why didn't you have any drama?
I'm not a drama person. I don't like drama.
Even when people are taking you for granted, you find...
People always take me for granted. People always... disrespect me. People always sleep on me. I've done so many stuff for Nigeria, for Africa, but people always disrespect or sleep on me. I don't take it for drama. I don't bring drama out of it.
Let's talk about that.
Ask me whatever you want to talk about. I'll tell you facts. It's all facts.
So
Googleable facts.
No, I agree with you. I agree with you, bros. But I'm just saying that there has to be a certain disposition that you're on that will make you not feel bad or be brought down by these things. Because yes, I've been in conversations where you were there was a little disrespect that I felt, and I just felt like, you know, it has worked too hard to.
For me, I don't do music for validation, for any sort of validation at all. I don't make music for accolades or for respect. You see all these titles like legend, king, OG. I don't even like them, like at all. Do you know what I'm saying? So for me, music is beyond the accolades that come with it or the awards that come with it. And if you check it out, that's why I always go for very unpopular beats. I don't try to make music that are popular. I'm not out here jumping on my piano beats or you know what I mean? Like I'm not trying to I don't make music for any sort of validation at all. So I don't get mad at all about not getting. But even now while they talk, I be just a play, bro. I get a lot of respect. I get a lot of love.
I know.
I get a lot of respect.
But this question, this way, just look. I just have like
no, it makes sense. I know.
Wait. I want to understand. You know, because I feel like sometimes this is always mindsets. You know how to go through your career, especially when you know. So when you say you don't make music for that respect and the fame and everything. Are you saying that when these songs were gaining airtime when you were all over the world, it wasn't really about that for you? What was it about for you at the time? And what is the same thing that you're still about that's made you comfortable in yourself regardless?
It was about, and still is, about pushing my culture, pushing my identity, pushing my people, where I'm from, and till today, till forever, you're always gonna hear me talk about Joss, talk about, you know what I mean, the values that are instilled in us from where I'm from. You know what I mean? Like, I promise you on God, on everything I have never made music for the sake of what you guys call blow. Like I told you, I started music in church, like as a tenor, choir, singer. So I'm grateful to God that some of my songs made it to legendary status or whatever you call them, whatever. Right. I'm the first African artist to go on a BET stage and collect the BET award. Yeah. I've done some amazing stuff for my career. I've done a deal with Jay-Z before. Right. I'm the first African artist on the Breakfast Club. Right. Done some things with my life, but you think I'm making music for that? Then I wouldn't be making songs like Only Son. If you've heard that song, for example, I have a song called Only Son on my new album called Starters. I wouldn't be writing songs like that if my aim was to blow. Yeah. So for me, music is an expression of self. So I'm gonna express myself, whether it's gonna be in a sad way or in a happy way or in a turned-up way, like what I'm saying. Right. Anytime we talk, say we go wrong, we go all the way. Whether I'm happy or sad, you know, I'm gonna emotionalize my music however it comes to me.
Right. I respect that a lot.
Thank you.
And that's such a good place to be.
Thank you. And guess what? Let me use this time to advise every upcoming artist out there that do not make music for money or the accolades that it comes with, because it will always go. It should come from a place of passion and genuine love for the artistry. Yeah.
So there's so many questions I have from this conversation. Please let me stretch it a bit, right?
Please, go ahead. I did for you. Today, now your day. I'm not talking today. I did for you.
So, you know, I can understand why you are still Ice Prince and why you've not lost it, right? Because there's a way the industry can make you feel as if, oh, you're not working as hard. You're dropping albums, you know, but maybe the sound has changed, or maybe the the listening has shifted to a certain style or genre.
Yeah.
But you're saying to me now that the crux for you in this music thing is to create music that you love, the artistry of it.
Yeah.
Do you think that's what's going to keep people doing music for 20, 30 years? Because the people who might not be releasing the top Billboard hits every year, but they're still doing music. They still have their core fans. They've still not checked them into rehab for depression
1000%,
or whatever.
1000%.
Because, you know, I feel with social media, right? And I speak to a lot of musicians who, you know, have had like maybe a 10-year career span, right? And they're struggling so much, not because they're not brilliant. It's just because it feels like the market is changing so fast, right? And if you don't catch up, they might disrespect you because even the greats, you know, they can drop an album today and they'll say, oh, I bet this one no sweet, I beg. These guys have to go back to the drawing board. But you're doing all your best, you're pouring in your artistry, like you're pouring yourself into this thing. So, and commercial success is also very important for an artist in this part, right? As they hot until they book you, you understand? So I want to understand the dynamic between being somebody who's very stoic and very sure about their music and very sure about themselves. Yeah. And the person who needs to be commercially successful just so that, you know, the people around them and just even moving forward generally, you know, how you can benefit, you know.
You know, I feel like, see, like 2 years ago, or maybe even a year ago, everybody was putting this choir in their music.
Yeah.
This plenty voices in their music.
Ashake coded, right?
I was going to say that. I was going to say Ashake killed with this vibe and everybody started doing it. Now, when Ashake stops it, what's going to happen?
You know,
do you understand what I'm saying to you? Like, you can't make music. I don't think music is a thing where everybody should do the same thing or you should follow what anybody else is doing. Like, for example, bro, I'll give you an example. Like, 100 years later, I think you're still going to play Asha's first album, the B-Banke album, the Mr. Jailer album. You're going to still play.
Timeless.
Yeah, it's timeless. There's some things that are timeless. And because it's very, very different. When she dropped that album, there was nothing that sounded like that. One of my dreams all the time as a musician, every day as a rapper is, how do I make an album that can be compared to that Asha's album? I'm not even going to lie to you. That's what I wake up thinking about. And if I'm thinking about that like that, if you know me, then you should know that, okay, yo, this guy is not trying to make hot musical. This guy is not trying to make, like, I'm not trying to be on the same playlist. Let me use my friends as example. Before they will say, I'm calling people out. Let me make this clear. Odumudu Black is my very good friend. Faz the Bad Guy is my very good friend. Olamide is my very good friend. But let me use those three as an example. I'm not trying to jump on the type of beats that they jump on. I'm not trying to make music for their audience.
Why?
Because it's not my music. I can't do them better than them. Just like they can never do me better than me.
So it doesn't get to you?
At all. What gets to me? Bro, I still make so much money from music. I'm still more booked than a lot of artists that you think are currently whatever. I have classic albums. I don't have...
The disrespect.
The disrespect doesn't come to my face, doesn't get to me. Doesn't come to...
But you know that it exists.
Of course I know that it exists. Of course I know. I'm not ignorant. I'm not, you know, I'm not stupid. Of course I know that the disrespect. I can see it sometimes. I could clearly, literally see it. I can feel it, you know what I mean? Some people sometimes want to even book you for some ridiculous amount of money and then you know that's just out of disrespect.
Yes.
But I'm Gucci 1000% of my life and I'm not the type that, like I said to you, I'm not demanding for respect. I'm not asking for it. I don't want it. In fact, I'm the type of my friends who tell you, if I dash person something, I know they like that word, thank you. I hate to be thanked. Like, I literally hate to be thanked.
Bro, I really fuck with this because...
you don't get respect, I mean, they follow talk, they talk, say I fuck with this. I've been 28 years old, I've been 37 years old, I've been your mate.
Sorry.
Nida, raise up your hand.
Sorry, sir.
But one can ask you a question. Let's switch this part a little bit.
I relate with this.
Let's switch this part a little bit.
No, let me tell you why. Let me tell you why I relate with this. I've been looking forward. So when you were going to come on this podcast, I feel like there's a level of stoicism that you have. Like, because every time that I've seen you outside, every time that I've seen you, there's always pure energy, regardless. I just feel like you're very centered. I want to know why you are this stoic and what it is that you can say to
like I told you, I like that word
other artists, because this is going to, I feel like it will reach everybody's turn where you might be the hottest thing in the next 2 years, 3 years, but your sound, like you said, like that choir sound now, it might phase out. So Ashake has to go back to the drawing board and say, okay, what's next, right? Yeah. And I feel like even for creatives, right, that space in between what you already know, what's next, and how you have to evolve, it's painful because other people are catching on to new things, and it feels like you're on the sidelines.
But that's where a lot of people get it wrong when you're looking at other people. When you're looking at other people, like I don't look at other artists. I don't look at other people. Bro, even my friends will tell you, my friends will tell, my DJ was telling me the other day, but come, I never ever see you for my story, for my like Instagram story. I don't watch what other people do. I promise you on God.
Is that intentional?
A lot of times, yes, it is. Yeah, it is very, very. I mean, sometimes, you just randomly go through stuff, you know what I mean? But sometimes you intentionally say, you know what, I don't want to open this, I don't want to see this, I don't want, I am very big on protecting my energy, protecting my space, protecting, my environment. I'm very, 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 very big on that. So, yeah, man, my circle is very small. And like that word you use a lot, stoicism is something, it's a very, very good exercise that, I encourage people to, try. Even things like ayahuasca, I encourage people to go hiking.
Ayahuasca is the mushroom thing, is it?
Yes, you can, there's mushroom ayahuasca.
The one that you have to go abroad and do.
Yes. But even hiking, you can hike here in Nigeria. I advise people to join like different clubs that exist, like maybe a hunting club. I intend to join a hunting club community very soon. You know what I mean? Like there's so many ways to protect your energy and stay out of.
Can I? Can I ask you something?
This word, this word really they call industry is a very deceptive word. There's no such thing as, so when you're looking at other people like we're in the same classroom or whatever. No, there's no such thing, bro. Everybody exists in their own world. And again, with what I do, music is an expression of self. I can only express myself.
I'm going to ask you something as my senior colleague.
I want to ask you something. Can I ask you my own first?
No. Ask me. You were supposed to say something.
But can I step on the table?
No, you've earned it. It's fine.
It's my swaggy.
Yeah, I love it. New Balance.
But anyway, my question to you is this. I'm going to ask you, since you're so Gen-zified.
I'm not. I'm actually.
Why do you guys look so old? I would have never thought, bro, about your age like that, bro. I always thought maybe me and you are mates. I always say actually me and you are mates. Why do you guys look so?
That's what I'm saying. You should never story you. Get on my podcast, sir.
I'm being serious. See,
Mr. Panchak, I beg
people my age look so young. You guys look so old. Why?
I don't disrespect my elder.
Why?
Leave.
Why y'all look so old, bro?
Ask that Jersey behind me. Guess how old she is.
So she looks pretty. She looks young. No, I'm talking about you. Look older than 28. If anybody tells me they're in the 20s here, I would probably believe, but not you. You know when I get this kind of BS, now when I don't be like 33, when I might be...
I've had it since I was 19.
Why? That's what I'm saying, why? You guys like that? You guys are aliens, bro.
Jesus
Y'all are aliens, bro. Y'all are aliens. See anybody will be like...
If you guys heard this part of my podcast...
See anybody will be like from 35 to 40.
I
see
feel
how
like,
we did. See my body.
My goodness.
You guys don't look older than me. Please, let's be honest. Who looks older? Think of your hand.
Oh, I can't...
Who looks older? You look very.
So I look like. I look like what, 40?
I don't know to that chop. Which milk come Nigeria between?
Wait, how old do I look like? 40 or 40?
If I was to guess your age, I would have probably guessed my age. I would have said let me like 37 because I always, and every time I see you, I have this respect for you, like this guy. OG type T. Now I didn't say, oh, you're gonna need that greet me. Supposed to need that greet.
Mr. Ice Prince, nobody
Mr.
Ever...
what?
No, Mr. Ice Prince.
No,
Mr. Panchak, nobody. has ever come to this podcast to insult me. Look at it. It's called Tea With Tay. It's my podcast.
I know. And
no
you
problem.
Have you have all these nice guys coming to school.
No. Don't worry. You win this round.
No, for real, man. I'm honest.
Yeah.
Look, you look big.
Yeah.
Big chest. See us sit down for here. See my lap, see your lap. Your lap be like Prado. My lap be like Keke na Pep. Think about it, man. You're right, you have a Prado on your leg. I got Keke na Pep out here, bro. What you talking about, man?
But I was just asking you questions.
And it's not just you. It's not
why
just
are you coming for me?
It's just a thing of your generation.
Wait. Mr. Ice Prince,
yeah.
You know, like the question where I ask you.
I like the question. I want more.
But like, if I say you don't hold this to say, I must. Okay, I'm weak. I've been body shamed.
No, but I don't compliment you now. I tell you say you fine boy.
No.
I tell you say you get good voice.
Oh,
even though I never hear the voice.
Wow.
I tell you say you get fine voice, Abi. But I don't try now.
Ice Prince. Please, guys.
I don't try. Please tell them to go hear my album, Starters.
Post edits. This can't come out.
Nah, we're not editing nothing.
No, we are editing it.
That's not how Econ Digital roll. We're not editing shit out here.
Let me just do this interview and move on.
I think I go come here and see different flavors of tea where I go just choose from, but...
Okay, so let's talk about music still, right?
Yeah.
And you've been releasing some new music lately. Is there a particular direction that you're trying to head to? Like, are you intentional about this new sound is there a new sound to start with?
It's not a new sound. It's Ice Prince music.
Right.
That's the only way I can describe it. And we're very intentional about how we record. We're recording and putting this out with my producer, Chopsticks.
Right.
Who is an amazing human being, a Grammy award-winning producer. You know what I mean? Like, he's one of the greatest that we ever had in this country. And he's just somebody that I've been working with since, like, my adolescence. We've been making music since 13, 14. And me and him just sat together and said, you know what, Ice, you're at the age where we don't want your music to sound like it's like you're struggling to find something, like you're struggling to make a hit, like you want to have a hit. Why don't you let's just make the music as it is and put it out as it is. If any of them turns out to be a hit, to God be the glory. If none of them turns out to be a hit, we're still just gonna be putting out this knowledge. Because guess what? Bro, I'm not looking for money from this music. I'm very good. Not the best that I could be, but I'm very content. I'm not complaining. I'm okay with my life. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I'm always going to keep putting out this music however God wants me to put it out.
Right.
And it's never, one thing I promise my fans, it's never going to sound forced or sound like, like I said, I'm not trying to be a star. I'm not trying to be popular. I'm not trying to be blown. I'm trying to just remain Ice Prince for the rest of my life.
Yeah. But I feel like you already have that unlocked. Like, you know.
I mean, and that's why I'm not searching for more. I mean, like, there's always opportunities and possibilities to go higher and higher. Yes, I dream of going higher, but again, I don't want people to listen to my music thinking that, oh, this nigga is looking for a hit or is trying to be on the same playlist as Rema or Fireboy or... No, I'm not trying to do that. I'm trying to make legacy projects, legacy records, and legacy...
So yeah, the performances are still happening. You're still, your fans still love you, and I think that's the most important thing.
Yeah, I'm blessed. I'm blessed about that for sure. I'm grateful to God for that, and yeah, because that's helped me keep my sanity, of course, like you said.
So let's talk about fatherhood. Like, when you mentioned you're 13-year-old, I'm just like, oh wow.
Yeah. I have a 13-year-old Jamal Zamani. Very proud of him. You know, he's one of the youngins that are coming after you guys, you know, after your generation. I don't know what that generation is going to be like. Yeah. Because I'm very disappointed in yours.
You know I'm a millennial, right?
28, let me just be that.
No, I'm 96, and
I beg, 96, yeah. 96 don't be when Abacha died. Me, I feel remember, so anything after Abacha to me, anything after Abacha.
No, it starts from 97. So that's why this body shaming you just You just failed.
It's not body shaming, bro.
This body shaming where you did to me, and this is shaming.
Me, I don't call you fine boy live on camera.
No, I hope that my audience can come after you,
bro,
because you have destroyed. You have bruised my self-esteem and my ego today.
Mr. Millennial.
Yeah, but like, just even, I think like fatherhood changes you, right?
Yeah. It does. It makes you, of course, more conscious.
Mm-hmm.
These days, I do things, and I'm worried. I'm so worried about how my son's friends are gonna react in school, because they all know me. Every time this boy calls me, his friends want to say hi to the daddy because it's Ice Prince. You know what I mean? Like, the records we just dropped, Slap the Ring. These boys called me the other day. They were rapping the thing for me word for word.
Wow.
Like, it's every time I go to the school, it's like a frenzy. You get what I'm saying? So with that at the back of my mind, whatever I'm doing outside, I always think about how it's going to affect him when he's in school. You know what I mean? Because they are at that age where they are having those kind of, my father is, your father is this, my father is this kind of conversation. Your father has this, so, you know.
And they see everything.
Everything, literally everything.
But you've never really been scandalous. Like, you know,
Nah, never been. By God's grace, I don't.
Is it that you're not scandalous, or you just don't?
Bro, I told you this, man. I don't know if you remember, I just told you this earlier, that I'm not trying to be famous. I'm not looking for some sort of publicity. I don't chase clouds or whatever you guys call it. I'm just not that type of person. I'm not built like that. I was never that, and I could never be that. You know what I mean? You know how people drop a song and they sort of create some sort of controversy around it to make the record sell or whatever. That's just not who I am. I'm just not that person.
So you'd say that you would consider yourself grounded, sort of?
I mean, yeah, I am grounded to a certain extent. And it's all credit to the people that I look up to, like, for example, like the Aldous, the MIs.
Right.
You know, the people that I look up to.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't want to disappoint them. I don't want to fall their hand, you know.
You're doing a good job, so.
Thank you.
Maybe not so.
But you two, have I seen you in any scandal?
No,
and you know you talk a lot, so normally you should be entering scandals.
Forgive me, what did I say?
No. I mean, like, you come, when I say talk a lot, I don't mean it a bad way. You communicate on social media, like, you talk to people.
Yeah, but I mind my business, so.
Which is good, credit. I give you credit for that.
I really mind my business.
For people who talk that much, it's easy to misyan.
Yeah.
So, big up.
I like to think that I'm very careful, and I don't.
You host a podcast and you never enter Wahala, but that's respect.
Yeah, because let's say you go first me enter Wahala for this podcast.
I swear, I beg you. Because some people now got to say, I want to sell music, now I go talk something. You know, that's the reason why I don't want to ever be seen as like that kind of person. I wasn't raised like that.
Yeah.
I don't want to be like that. You know what I mean? Like, I just want you to know me for being an amazing wordsmith.
Right.
Somebody who knows how to put words together and make sense out of it, not somebody who is just, you know.
I feel like now people need controversy to sell stuff, especially on social media.
Yeah, but like you said, people. I'm not regular, my dog.
Yeah.
I'm not people. I'm not regular. I don't think like regular people. I could drop an album. I don't care if it's 2 people that listen to it. I'm not gonna do any controversy to make it sell. I promise you that. I promise my fans that.
But I like how you're using social media. You're very active these days.
You do? Man, my team hates the way I use social media. First of all, like, I am the most
collaborations,
I mean, yeah, those are good. Those are amazing.
Yeah.
But before my new project, man, I didn't know how to post. I don't know how to use Snapchat. I don't know how to use TikTok. It's crazy.
You don't know how to post.
Like, I don't know.
But there's always so many looks there. I always see the outfits. You like yourself.
I have an amazing team. I have an amazing team of people, staff around me. But I don't personally, bro. I swear to God Almighty, I don't know how to. If you give me Snapchats now, I don't know what to press.
So when you dress up, now when you do all those your match,
Shout out to all my stylists, man. Shout out
matching looks.
Yeah.
No, but you've given us looks for this, right?
I mean,
but now these are times when people like serve looks. They want to like call photographer, videographer.
Yeah.
You don't care for those things.
I mean, I naturally, I've always had can I brag a little bit? You see this whole swagging and flexing and styling or whatever y'all doing on the Instagram now?
Yeah.
I started that lifestyle. Look at me. Ice Prince Zamani, started a lifestyle. All right. So I've always had a huge team of photographers, stylists.
Yeah.
Some of the best stylists in the country worked for me or have been my stylist. I'm talking about people like Swanky, Sneaker Boy, Ken Episode. So as they themselves get bigger, they bring more people to the team and to me, and it just gets bigger. So every time I'm traveling, there's always a cameraman with me.
Right.
Every city I go to, there's a stylist there for me.
Right.
Every place I touch down, I'm kind of like sorted. So my life is always out there. But again, I'm one of those people that shows you how to dress. But yeah, I have to brag I'm just saying.
No, I have to give you, because your style was really impeccable for a rapper at the time. Like,
I mean,
you're very intentional, you know, with the looks. You know,
I guess it's the J-Town thing.
You think so?
Yeah,
I would say that if I'm going to rate like top 5 stylish rappers in Nigeria of all time, I think you fit into.
Again, I don't like those. I don't like accolades. Don't like titles. Don't like compliments. I don't like it. But I'm just gonna let you know that Ice Prince is a super cool cat and a real fly J-Town dog. That's all.
Okay, so we shouldn't categorize.
You know what I'm saying? He ain't look good or you used to be there. Nigga, I ain't no used to, nigga.
No, I didn't say used to. Like, if I'm gonna rate top 5.
Don't even rate top 5 anything. There's no top 5, top 1, top 3, top anything. Everybody looks good.
Ice Prince is one of the. Okay, Ice Prince is the most stylish rapper from Africa.
Ice Prince is a super cool cat. That's it.
Ice Prince is a super cool cat.
Yeah.
Are we good? Okay.
I better so
Ice Prince, tell me. If you're being honest, how do you feel about the game now? How streaming, social media, and virality has changed like the landscape?
I'm so proud of the game. I'm so proud of where music is at. I'm so proud of, especially like our environment, like Nigerian music, African music was at such a good place now. A lot more people have been employed to the business. A lot more hands have been given opportunities in the business, you know, and we keep growing to newer territories every day. Our music keeps getting better every day. And that's always been the dream for some of us, the dream for the people before us, the dream of the people before. That was a dream of them, fella. So to see it coming to pass and to see it happening in our lifetime is more than a blessing.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So the new projects, tell me about them.
Oh man, thank you for this question. I was waiting for this part. The new project is called Starters, and it's a very special project for me because I recorded this with one of my best friends. His name is Chopsticks, who I told you is a Grammy Award-winning producer now, and one of the oldest musicians I've worked with in terms of how long we've been together in the studio, like since we were kids. We've been together in the studio. He's produced some of my biggest songs, some of my, most classic songs he produced. So I'm excited about it. And again, this is an album that I'm releasing with my home, Chocolate City. Like, I haven't put out music with Chocolate City in a while. So it's a very exciting project. It's a rapidy rap project. So if you like rap, it's definitely for you.
Yeah. Are there songs that you personally really like in the album?
I like every song on the album, but there's a particular song called Only Son that I wrote at a time when I was just particularly extremely happy. On the day I wrote that song, I was very, very happy. So I like Only Son a lot. But every other song is amazing, man. Like, it's different. It's Ice Prince Zamani, classic. Yeah.
Okay. Looking forward to that. Last question before we let you go, or before we finish this round of questions.
What is TDA?
It's a brand.
Okay.
Dari Aliyu.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, the owner is Dari Aliyu. So I can't remember what T stands for. Yeah.
Big up Dari Ali.
Yeah. Actually,
Maybe not Tochukwu Dari Ali. That's Igbo Yoruba Hausa.
It's actually a really nice Nigerian brand in Lagos here.
I like it.
Like,
Fresh.
Yeah. Thank you. What does legacy look like to you at this stage of your journey?
What does legacy look like?
Yeah. At this stage of your journey like this?
At this stage of my journey?
I think you've touched on it before, but I just want to...
I don't even know how to answer that question, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know how to answer that question, but...
So let me rephrase it. Like,
yeah.
When we're talking about Ice Prince and what are things that you feel like you've done to be able to say, you know what, I did that and I'm proud of myself that I did that. This is what I brought to the industry. This is what I'm going to leave with this industry.
Excuse me. Again, like I said, there's a couple of them, but maybe being the first to receive the BET award on the stage, that would be a big legacy. Unforgettable. Maybe being the first solo artist to be on the Breakfast Club. African, not just Nigerian. Maybe that would be amazing. Maybe being the first to strike a deal with Jay-Z for Do Say, that would be another one. Yeah.
Amazing. So do you think that there will ever be a time where you have like, I don't know if that works in this country, like have like residency where, you know?
I mean, yeah, I think it can get to that point. Peter just did one. Peter of P Square.
Yeah.
He just did a residency with Zaza Love Lagos, and it was quite amazing. It was quite nice. I actually did an appearance for one of the events.
Right.
So I think it's possible. And with everything, like we always have to try first. And, you know, I think Peter has shown us the way. It depends on other people now to take it to the next level.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Ice Prince.
Yes, boss.
So we have quick fire round questions.
Sorry about Mr. P. That Peter, I lost him by Ogado go like him. Mr. P.
Okay, Mr.
P. Yes, let me correct that name very well. Mr. P. He was my senior in secondary school. They were my seniors in secondary school, by the way.
Just two?
Yeah, P Square are just boys now.
I need to get in on that information. I need to get in.
Like I say, you know, don't go for Nigeria.
Oh, God, please. This shade is okay. Quick fire round, Mr.
Let's get
Ice Prince.
Yes, boss.
Okay. Tea or coffee?
Depends on the day of the week. But, yeah, it depends on the day of the week. Sorry. Oh, see the way you just did disappointed. Your whole face just sad.
Tea or coffee?
It depends on the day of the week.
Actually more troublesome than I thought. One song that defines your mood right now.
Man, so many songs, bro. Bondo na bondo.
Oh.
Bondo. Yeah, because I'm expecting some big money today.
You carry bondo come?
No, I expect some.
Normally, musicians they carry bondo, they come.
Actually, but you know, see AFCC now, you get as the overlook person, and my police officer with me outside now, AFCC staff as well. You never know who will snitch.
I don't want to be messy, I would have dug into this police staff.
It's true. You can go ask
Why
him.
do you... Okay. Let me come back for you, but I'm going to let this one slide. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? I can investigate further, bro. No, let's go. A style essential that you can't live without?
Maybe shades.
Yeah, I think you wear some nice shades.
I wear a lot of shades, yeah.
Yeah.
And because I have sleepy eyes, like my eyes are always looking sleepy on this side, so.
Are they?
Yeah, most times, bro.
Yeah. You may not be older externally, but like the eyes would relay. The eyes can betray the age.
You see how I be? You see how clearly I be?
I might look older than you. But you must show. I can't let that shit go, guys. Like, we have to find a way. No, we have to edit.
Don't forget I'm a rapper.
No,
don't forget I'm a rapper.
As in, even like say you know, they cook out for me, too. This boy. Okay, Jos or Lagos?
Jos.
Of course. Why Jos?
Why Jos? You go there and see for yourself.
I heard that. I want to really go.
Just go there and see for yourself. The best weather, probably in Africa.
Yeah.
The best, probably in Africa. I didn't say Nigeria. The best weather, the most beautiful mountains. Of course, you know about the tomatoes. I don't even need to tell you what.
The fruits generally.
The fruits, apples, the berries that we grow. Like, it's the most, and the people, of course. Of course, the people that, you know, good values.
Yeah, I love it. Your go-to comfort food?
It might change tomorrow, Sha, but for now, beans and potatoes porridge. God, yo. Oof.
That's your comfort food.
For now. Like I said, it might change.
I see why you act the way you do.
You see the way this guy asks it? That's your comfort food.
I see. It explains a lot. That chest bone you carry come here. Your most iconic track you've ever made, the one that still gives you chills.
The most iconic track I ever made still gives me chills. Maybe Whiskey. Whiskey, carry me, go, because of the message that it carries. Maybe, yeah, I'd say Whiskey for now.
Okay. What's one song by another artist that you wish you wrote?
And one song by an artist that I wish I wrote. I was just telling somebody this yesterday. On the low. Angelina. I think that's such I think that is such a classic record. Yeah. But also Dear Mama by Tupac. It's my favorite song of all time.
Really?
Yeah. My favorite piece of music ever. Dear Mama.
Right. Okay. Fun fact about you that people don't know.
There's nothing fun about me. I'm a very, very, very boring person. I'm an introverted introvert. Like, I only watch the news. Like, I only watch channels and the Rise and CNN and stuff like that. Honestly. And I watch a lot of DJ Academics. Yeah.
Okay, not surprised. I want to share you back, but you see your... No. I want to attack you every minute, but I don't feel...
Please feel free. Feel free.
Wait. Anyway.
But you don't respect Frank when you come here. Frank is my elder.
No,
I respected
him. No, I didn't. Then Frank gave me alcohol, so I was a little, But let's go. I understand. So what do you mean you don't watch like stuff, like you don't watch like movies and all, like?
Nah, hardly. I've never been a movie person. Never ever.
What's the thing? Like you hang out with your friends?
Yeah, I mean, I hang out with my friends, but see, a lot of my friends don't even like the kind of things that I like. So it's hard for them to hang out with me. Like not everybody watches news. And then again, one thing I watch a lot is stand-up comedy, and I realize that a lot of Nigerians don't like stand-up comedy.
Foreign stand-up comedy.
Yes, a lot of Nigerians don't like. Bro, favorites is a tough word, but I like so many people. I like Dion Cole a lot. Mm-hmm. I like Cat Williams a lot. I like, man,
Dave Chappelle.
Dave Chappelle, yes. That's a cliche to say. It's like yeah, it's a cliche to say. Michael Che, I recommend Michael Che. Mm-hmm. He's extremely stupid, funny, but yeah.
Okay. I fuck with
I like stand-up a lot.
I like stand-up.
You go throw rapper today.
Before you fuck
today, you go drop album.
I reckon.
Say I fuck with rappers. Today you go rap, don't worry.
Okay. If you weren't a rap artist, what would you be doing?
If I wasn't a rap artist, I would have been an armed robber.
Yeah. I wouldn't.
I would have been a thief.
Yeah.
But music saved my life.
I'm glad that it did. I mean, I see the resemblance. Craziest DM you've ever received?
Craziest gem I ever received? DM. Yeah. Oh, I thought it was a gem. Craziest DM I ever... Crazy part, man. Like I told you earlier, man, I really don't know how to use social media. I honestly don't dig deep into my DMs to see what's crazy in there. Every time I open it, once I read the first 3 messages, I'm out. And it's always love, nothing crazy.
Yeah. So the crazy girls don't come and meet you like, oh.
Yeah. I see a lot of nudes, a lot of all that stuff, but... And again, my social media, I've never controlled it by myself. Like, I've always had handlers.
Jesus.
So I don't handle it myself, so I can't respond to things there.
Guys, if you think you're sending him your nudes,
they waste your time. They waste your time.
He's going to see it. Sorry for you.
Now, like 4 people, they handle my social media as well.
Beware. Okay, so delete one forever. IG or TikTok?
Delete one forever. IG or TikTok? TikTok.
Really?
TikTok. What were you?
TikTok.
Okay.
Well, nowadays, I'm beginning to enjoy TikTok more.
I think it's
but IG is like my
IG
like my office.
Yeah. It's easier actually out there. It's calmer. Yeah. It's less chaotic.
There are less things to understand on IG as opposed to TikTok. TikTok is a new
TikTok is too chaotic. It looks like a marketplace to me.
But it's really fun. It's really fun. I mean,
for
it's
Gen
a creator's
Zs,
tool, actually.
For Gen Zs, for
I'm
20 years
millennial.
old.
Afrobeat bounce or classic hip hop cypher?
Afrobeat bounce. Any day, anytime.
Okay, last but not the least. You say you don't have fun anyway, but I'm going to ask it.
Yeah.
Favorite fun activity in Lagos?
Favorite fun activity in Lagos is just a weekend in Lakapine Tropicana. It's the best place in Lagos.
Is it?
The best.
Yeah.
Have you been there before?
When we were advertising it, I knew about it. I knew that Nancy used to go there a lot.
Yo,
I just never gone there myself.
It is the best place in Lagos, hands down. Just, you don't even need too long there. Just 2 days, just a weekend.
Have you been to Lakwe?
Yeah, of course, many times. I was in Lakwe last weekend, I guess.
Yeah.
But
so you prefer Lakapine to Lakwe?
Lakapine Tropicana is the best place, probably in the West African region. I'm telling you this.
I need to go there. Please,
the serenity, the sand. When I go there, sometimes I just roll early morning, like 6 a.m., 7 a.m. I go outside when nobody's outside and I just roll in the sand naked. It's like the best thing for your body. I promise. Your skin will thank you.
Chuck cities.
Let me tell you.
Ice Prince okay. No wonder. I can't even
your body will thank you. Let me tell you. Your body will thank you. You know,
you just leave room for 3 a.m. for night.
Yes, now you know. Okay, you know there are chalets there, so you can have a very nice chalet. I didn't say 3 a.m. I said like 6 a.m.
Oh, I had 3 a.m.
6 a.m.
Okay.
When sun don't they rise?
Oh.
You know, like the sunrise. That's when the beach, the waves are like so beautiful and stuff like that. The sand is so clean.
You're one with nature, so you roll up.
Yes.
Right.
Roll your whole body on it. People do it. Wait, hold on a second. People, have you ever been to the Dead Sea, for example, where you go and rub the mud on your body?
I know, but I've heard of that.
Yeah. So you think that's weird?
I mean, it's your call.
I didn't try to put you on lifestyle.
This is a bit extreme.
No, it's not, bro. Your skin will thank you. I know you have good skin already, but I'm telling you stuff that your skin will...
Don't call compliments. I know I have bad skin.
You know, like beach sands.
I don't really like the beach, actually.
Oh. Why?
Yeah. I feel like the beach in Nigeria just always hot, and you know...
Not like a Pine Tropicana.
Are you an ambassador?
Bro, this is not Ilashe. I'm telling you about another place.
So, like a is not on that stretch where Ilashe is. Is it on that side?
No, it's on that stretch, but it's a different, like it's a private... Bro, this place is a country. They have their own currency. They have their own national... And yes, when you go there with your Naira, you change to their currency at the gate.
Like a no be Lagos today.
That Lagos now, but no be Lagos. That Lagos, but no be Lagos. No be for everybody. Emila Kapai Tropicana. Hey, bro, it is, don't worry. One day I will carry you go there. Inshallah. Do some kind of retreats. We'll go there. Go love them.
No, I've been hearing about it, but I just didn't think. I thought it was one of those regular resorts.
In fact, last time I went there for a retreat, I don't know if you know Fola David.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was there too. Yeah. Praise was there too. Who else? A bunch of cool people, man. Like people go there for retreats and just holiday.
I'm going next week.
I promise you.
See you guys at Lakapine Tropicana.
Oh God.
Thank you so much, Ice Prince.
Yes,
it was an amazing time. Even though I was insulted half the time, this was great conversation. I mean, I respect your work and the music that you've done over the years. I'm a fan, by the way. So it's great to have you. Looking forward to doing like amazing things going forward. Yeah.
Thank you very much. I'm such a huge fan of you too. I'm very proud of what you've accomplished and where you're going, the type of conversations you have. Yeah, thanks for having me too.
Yeah. Thank you. Merci.